Now recognize Dr. McCormick from Georgia for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dr. Morenz, it's become apparent, now I'm no lawyer, I'm a doctor, but just looking through what evidence we have and what we subpoenaed and what we've gotten, it's become apparent that you and many employees at NIH and NIAID have been stonewalling and outright avoiding our subcommittee's investigation. Not only is this a violation of law as far as I'm understanding, but it also fosters a continual distrust of government and its officials and what we've been funding. Last July, this select subcommittee discovered the initial evidence of your misconduct and reported to the National Archives and Records Administration. And at the National Archives' direction, NIH started an investigation into your use of personal email to conduct official business and the unlawful deletion of federal records. Now, interesting, you talked about to avoid embarrassment. I think that's done just the opposite. When the investigation began, you were placed on paid administrative leave. In simpler terms, you have been continuing to receive your salary and your benefits, but do not perform any official duties. As far as we have been notified, you have not been subject to any discipline or accountability to this point. Is that correct?
Well, I would say that being placed on administrative leave is a discipline, because I love my job and I would like to be back there doing work, and it's painful for me not to be able to work with my colleagues. And may I also say that that investigation of me that you referred to for destroying documents exonerated me and said there's no evidence I destroyed any documents.
Okay.
And you probably have that information yourself. I have it.
I'm not going to ask about the status of the investigation because I think that's inappropriate this time, and I don't think it would be appropriate for you to comment on ongoing investigation. But I hope the subcommittee receives the answers from the NIH as to the status of the investigation soon, which we still have not received, because we don't think that it's appropriate to pay people who aren't able to do a job at the time. So I think we're both wasting our time. In your emails recovered through FOIA, you boasted to Dr. Daszak that you had a secret back channel, quote unquote, to communicate with Dr. Fauci. That's what we've seen so far. We also have statements concerning the NIH, NIAID, and FOIA's officer instruction on how to avoid document production through intentional misspellings of keywords to avoid triggering hits in automated search queries in response to FOIA requests and congressional oversight inquiries. Dr. Morenz, do you deny these statements?
You know, I'm sorry, I'm not sure I followed everything you said. I'm also getting a little echo from your side, but let me move away from let me turn off the microphone.
May I reclaim that time that I'm going to repeat, please? Thank you. We have statements concerning the NIH, NIAID, FOIA officer instruction on how to avoid documents production through intentional misspellings of keywords to avoid triggering hits on automatic search queries in response to FOIA requests and congressional oversight inquiries. That you had these secret back channel ways to get a hold of Fauci, that you were trying to avoid queries through FOIA by misspellings and other things. That's what we have come to the conclusion on. Do you deny that? Microphone.
Microphone.
I think there's some misunderstanding here. The secret back channel joking terminology, to my knowledge, was never about FOIAs.
So you're going to joke about back channels to Fauci and about misspellings on queries. That's a joke. Not very funny to me.
I would have to see this communication. It's confusing to me because I had no back channel. You know, I could walk into Tony's office and talk to him anytime I wanted. There's no need to have a back channel. And I had face-to-face meetings with him all the time. So, you know, the back channel thing.
So you deny these statements is what you're saying?
I think there's a mix-up somewhere.
So you deny it? Yes.
I guess I do.
Okay. Dr. Morenz, we have your previous statement on FOIA documents here. Chairman, I request unanimous consent to submit these documents for the record.
Without objection.
Okay. Based on your answer, you either lied to Congress or your transcribed interview or are lying here today. This caused me to believe that your behavior as senior scientific advisor to the director reflects much broader NIH and NIAID-wide practice, which really concerns me. This select subcommittee must bring HHS and the agencies beneath it to heel in every way possible over the final 7 months of this subcommittee. I want to take a moment to thank the chairman and my colleagues for their leadership thus far. We must earn back American people's trust and confidence. We must have full transparency. And with that, I yield.
Dr. Morns, I'm going to take a little time to